Patricia Marigaya, shirt number 2. Jolene Ng, number 5. Emily Chan, number 7. Ivy Chan, number 8. Chua Sini, number 9. Kam Wan Ting, number 10.
Welcome live to Sengkang in Singapore for the final game on day 3 of play in the Hockey Series Open. We've got a women's section match between Singapore and Hong Kong, China. Both teams not just looking for their first win of the competition so far, but their first goal as well. The women's section dominated as expected by Malaysia, who've been comfortable winners over Indonesia and Hong Kong. They're in the process at the moment in action on pitch 2 of beating Kazakhstan. The lead team are there at the end of the first period. Kazakhstan themselves have already racked up 2 wins, and Thailand a perfect 2 from 2 going into today, making that 3 from 3 with their 16-0 win against Indonesia. All of that adds up to the fact that Singapore and Hong Kong, China will be scrapping out for a win today to try and avoid the ignominy of playing in the bottom 5th and 6th place playoff at the weekend. Here's the lineup that Singapore hope will register their first win. Plenty of experience in their ranks, of course no goals in this tournament so far, but Ho Poi, as always, winning a 68th cap, the 24-year-old will anchor the side in the middle of the park and be the team leader. Elsewhere, they'll be looking for some skills from Jenny Leck, who was impressive in patches in the one they lost to Thailand, where they really struggled to get anything going with forward momentum. And Cheryl Chia and To Lee Min hoping to make things happen down the flanks. As for Hong Kong, China, well, they bring with them a huge disparity of youth and experience. They've got a 14, a 15 and 2 16-year-olds in their ranks. Expect to see the likes of Anna Aiello off the bench, just 14 years of age and winning her 3rd cap today. But on the other end of the spectrum, they have got experience in their ranks, including with the likes of Chan Chang Nam, the captain. Tiffany Chan as well is another player to keep an eye out for, and Kirsten McDeal will try and deal with everything that Singapore throw at them, anchoring their defensive 4. So kick-off expected in just under 8 minutes time here in Singapore, coming up to 8 o'clock in the evening. On by Singapore standards, quite a mild evening. The 2 flags are being walked on to the pitch, and we'll shortly see the girls follow them, and then we'll have the national anthems of both Singapore and Hong Kong, China. As always, give our umpires a mention at this point in proceedings. The umpires from Pakistan, it's Biresh Hayat, and from Sri Lanka, Dinesha Pereira. So the stakes couldn't really be much higher. The Singapore ladies have been warming up around the track in the build-up to this game, watching the men's team turn out comfortable 4-1 winners against Thailand, and they'll be hoping that inspires them to their first victory of this campaign. It's Hong Kong, China taking on Singapore here at the Hockey Series Open. The action now around about 6 minutes away. Let's get down to pitch side for the national anthems. Firstly, the national anthem of Singapore.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem for Singapore.
So you can see the tension in the air here. Both these sides under big pressure to come up with maximum points. In the world rankings, Hong Kong, China at 43 and Singapore at 35 are only separated by 8 places. This is Singapore's home hockey centre, of course, Sengkang. It's the national hockey centre. This pitch is the pitch the Singapore ladies train on a regular basis, so you'd think that would give them an advantage. But they were so devoid of any attacking attempt against Thailand, albeit they kept the game tight. You really have to be concerned as to how ambitious Hong Kong will choose to be and if Singapore can break them down. So high stakes here as these two teams bid to get their first points on the board at this Hockey Series Open. Can the Singapore women emulate the men who moments ago completed a 4-1 defeat of Thailand in the men's section to leave them played 3, won 3, lose this, and the Singapore women will be played 3, lost 3. You can see the spirit is high in the Hong Kong China camp as well. The hit off here still a couple of minutes away as the Singapore girls go through their final last minute rituals, and the captain for Hong Kong China, Chan Ching Nam, gives her girls their final instructions.
Thank you for coming.
So with the interchange players departing the field a couple of minutes earlier than the advertised hit-off time, the centre pass will get us underway, and standing over it for Hong Kong is Chen Shi. And away we go. 2 minutes earlier than advertised, but it's good to get live hockey to you as Hong Kong China come forward early with Lo Pao Shi. First straight away, the hit goes to Singapore. Here's Laura Tan over it for the host nation. Laura Tan tries to go back and play centrally through To Lee Min. To Lee Min, one of the more experienced warriors in the Singapore outfit, 29, 68 cap for her today. Ball through, and a nice deft touch from Rifak Sanit, but Singapore are able to get on the end of it. Hong Kong will play it across the back, which can be a risky proposition, but gathering it is Wong Wai Ki. Now she finds the option on the right of Kwok Shun Hee. Very combative, but Hong Kong giving the hit, and they get on with it quickly, don't they? Lo Pao Shi. Singapore break it up in equally quick time to the captain, Ho Pui. Now, can Singapore get something going offensively here? Driving into the knee, they're looking for at least a penalty corner. They get the free hit at the end of it. Don't take it quickly, they choose to reset. Ho Pui has to go back, it comes to To Lee Min. To Lee Min through the middle, that's it, a Singaporean foot, I think. Oh, the umpire's not seen it. That will carry forward from Laura Tan, and now Singapore get the hit to make matters worse for Hong Kong. Ho Pui out to the left, and To Lee Min, the two seasoned campaigners of the Singapore women's team, unable to get on the end of it. That, though, is Jenny Lek. So, as you'd expect with two teams who've failed to trouble the scoreboard and lost both their matches so far, it's a nervy start. Can't help but think the opening goal here will be absolutely crucial. Singapore with a hit in. Cheryl Chia to take. Cheryl Chia goes long. Route one for Singapore, blocked off at the pass by Hong Kong, who will bring it away with Evelyn Cheong. Pretty hopeful ball that will come back for a 60-metre restart for Singapore. At least it will give Hong Kong a chance to pin Singapore inside their own half for a passage of time, but To Lee Min calmly links up with Sophia Saban. Giving it away though, and Hong Kong can drive, and they've got numbers committed. Tiffany Chan looking up for the option. Tiffany Chan cuts inside, nice skills Tiffany Chan, she's still going. She's now got someone if she can find her on the reverse stick, but there's too much on that. There's no hope of Evelyn Chong getting on the end of it, so played almost 4 minutes now. I wonder whether this will be a pattern that continues. Both teams very nervy early and scared to give something away. Bearing in mind the struggle for goals both teams have had, you wouldn't fancy a team coming from behind to win this. We've had some roller coaster affairs in the men's section so far, including that incredible game between Myanmar and Chinese Taipei on this pitch earlier today. Myanmar led early, then Chinese Taipei put up a 4-1 lead before Myanmar got it back to 4 each, and then late drama with Chinese Taipei converting a penalty corner to steal the win. Over it for Hong Kong China. It's Evelyn Chong. Evelyn Chong trying to go down the line. Looks for support. Evelyn Chong, nice skills. An important intervention for Singapore from To Lee Min. Very nervy opening for both sets of girls, isn't it? Sophia Saban interchange passing with Cheryl Chia. Cheryl Chia looks for Rivka Sani. Singapore will get the free hit. They go long, route one, and they find a red stick as well. Ivy Chan just unable to gather that. She is tracking back to try and put pressure under Nhan Hewitt. Now some space for Hong Kong to work with. Kwok Shin Hee. Straight to Jenny Leck, who drives out and finds a runner in the middle in the shape of Hajarith Johanna. And this is better from Singapore. Didn't they won? No. I thought there might have been a penalty corner there with a Hong Kong foot, but the umpire says play on. Singapore will get the free hit, and they take it quickly, wanting to get on with it. Laura Tan through the middle. They've got some space to work with now if they switch it, and switch it they do into the D. The shot should come in now. Oh, good save. I think the keeper got something on that. Hong Kong producing the save from Ho Poi. It's a good ball through from Tran Jinny and Ho Poi, and it is the keeper's stick, is that? Well, any stick save from a goalkeeper in hockey is impressive. And it's only the keeping skills of Hong Kong that have kept Hong Kong China on level terms here. Singapore, do they sense a goal? Laura Tan dribbling into the D, cleverly playing onto the foot of Chan Ching Nam, the Hong Kong China captain, and we will get our first penalty corner of this contest. It will go to Singapore. Haven't had too many opportunities to execute penalty corners in this competition so far. They get one after 7 minutes here. So, who are the options? Lurking over it ominously is Chua Sini. Bearing in mind the shot that Ho Poi just fired in, she has to be an option as well. Options appear to be they went too early there, not happy. The umpire wanted to take it again. Well, Laura Tan is there. You can see lurking in the bottom of your shot there Jenny Leck as well. Chua Sini. Oh, they've all left it behind. Criminal, really. The chance is still there, though. Hong Kong, China. Almost paused. The shot comes in, and it's just wide. Was that Laura Tan that ended up firing one just wide? Singapore really should have capitalised there. Hong Kong, China hesitant in defence. They were almost as bamboozled as Singapore when the pushing wasn't stopped cleanly. Encouraging signs of Singapore, at least they're getting a foothold and winning the possession battle in this game, midway through this opening period. Oh, they've given it straight up to Hong Kong, a chance for Hong Kong on the counter. On the drive through, it's Chan Yi-man. Chan Yi-man all the way through and forces a save. Now, was that intentionally out? It was. So that will be a penalty corner. The save came from Matt Pichakul, but the umpire, I think, rightly deems that Singapore cleared that out behind the goal deliberately, which you are not allowed to do. So, we've just seen Singapore fluff their lines from their first penalty corner. Can Hong Kong take advantage of their first one? It'll be Kirsten McNeil to push. Looks to me Chan Yi-man to stop. And don't be surprised if it's Tiffany Chan to shoot and score. Chan Yi-man looks nailed on to try and stop this. They have set up with options though. Chan Yi-man, and it is Tiffany Chan. Comes back out inside the D. Can they get the shot away? That was a crucial intervention from To Lee Min. They've still got the face protectors on, the Singapore ladies. Now they can discard them. But they've still got defending to do. Coming in for the free hit, it's Chang Ching-nam, the captain. Singapore have got plenty of numbers back now. Oh, and that's a slip from the skipper for Hong Kong, China. And Singapore can relax again with a 16-metre restart. But just evidence of how quickly these high-powered and high-paced international hockey games can turn. We went from one end to the other with 2 penalty corners inside 60 seconds there. All because Singapore coughed up possession cheaply in their final third. And that's another mistake. Well, these are 2 teams playing on very low confidence indeed. Jolene Ng, I should say, coming up with a mistake there. David Viner, the Singapore coach, you can see just in front of the bench there, giving some instructions out. Nervy times for Team Singapore. But defeat to Hong Kong, China would really extend their misery. Tomorrow, Singapore take on Indonesia, which at least is a game you'd think they would win quite comfortably. Indonesia very much struggling. Hong Kong, China, they've got a different kind of game tomorrow. They're up against Kazakhstan, who are emerging as one of the real strong threats to Malaysia's dominance. Now, Emily Chan, down the left. One-handed Emily Chan. She's got to try and get a release, though. She's bought the free hit there, I think. Which way has it gone? The players are uncertain. It's gone Hong Kong's way. Emily Chan's casual run down the left. Deemed illegal. That's hit the foot of Trajini. Aggressive ball through the middle that sailed by the intended target, Chun Ji. Patricia Maligaya goes long, but Hong Kong intercept. On the turn for Hong Kong, it's Lo Piu Shi with the hit now. Final 5 minutes underway of this first period. Quarter of the game almost gone, and just the 2 real penalty corners to show for the attacking exploits, although off the back of their penalty corner, Singapore did go very close. Through Laura Tan, I think it was, her shot just sailed wide, and there was a great save from Hong Ka-min in the mix as well, but it's Hong Kong doing the pressing now. Again, both sets of players seemingly unsure of who the decision had gone in favour of. It's gone Singapore's way, To Lee Min. Patricia Maligaya. Battling for it in the middle is Megan Francis, but she loses out. See David Viner there in the blue top looking on. Desperate, I'm sure, for his girls to get a goal to settle their nerves. The pressure's on, it's working in the men's team's favour, playing on home soil, but the girls clearly feeling the heat of it here. Had the best of the chances so far, what few they've been, but still seemingly no closer to getting a goal. Jenny Lett goes long. Way too long. Kirsten McNeil. That's an ambitious cross pitch pass that's worked out perfectly. It's found Chen Shiji. So Kirsten McNeil's distribution has turned defence into attack in a matter of seconds. Chen Shiji leaves one Singapore defender on the floor. Chen Shiji, has that hit her foot? I think it has. So chance now again for Hong Kong. Chen Shiji looks up, takes it out. Surely she'll drive it into the D. She finds another foot. Play on the call. Well, that's hit her own foot there. That's going to be a free hit to Hong Kong. Emily Chang coughing up the mistake. And Hong Kong China working it through Tiffany Chan, who's left the ball behind there. And Singapore can get it clear with Jini Chua. Space for Rafiq Sani to work. Rafiq Sani, cheap ball through the middle. She's found the stick of Sardana Ung. Sardana Ung able to capitalise. Jenny Lek finds Chua-Jini into the D. Penalty corner on the way here. It's hit the foot of the Hong Kong player. I think it come off the foot of Wong Wai Ki. So Singapore will get a second crack at a penalty corner in the final 60+ seconds of the first quarter. Disputing the decision is the Hong Kong China skipper Chan Ching Nam. Not going to change anything. Well, they couldn't even come up with a stop from the push out from Laura Tan's first PC. What can they do with the second? Ominously, Chua-Jini is over it, lurking to try and maybe come up with the big power players. Rafiq Sani behind. Run early there. They're going to let them play on. It's a nice work thing. It comes to Rafiq Sani, but there's the goal. That was a thing of beauty. And that could just calm Singapore nerves now. A really well-worked penalty corner. You could say that Hong Kong weren't quick enough off the mark because it wasn't the quickest pass in between. But it was well worked, wasn't it? And that's a great finish from Rivka Sanip. Smiles on the faces of those girls now. Now what's happened here? Has that been chalked off? Well, slightly confusing. I did think there was an initially in the build-up to that penalty corner. It did appear that one of the Singapore girls had encroached into the D, and I'm wondering why. I'm wondering if that's what it was. So the celebration's in full swing. It was very well worked, but they're going to have to try and do it again. I think the girl on the right-hand corner of your screen initially was inside the D when the initial penalty corner came in, and I think that's possibly why they've brought it back. Now, and that's a penalty. I think there's a card being shown to Cheryl Chia as well, maybe for protestation as well. Confusion reigning at the end of the first quarter here. It's 0-0. Singapore go again. No trick shots this time, or maybe there is. Oh, the chance has gone begging, and goodness gracious, having said that with ease and calm Singapore's nerves, it gives them some confidence. It could have had the reverse effect now, because they're now short-handed. Cheryl Chia has picked up a card, I believe, in that incident. Confirmation to follow. Final seconds now. Singapore, having thought they scored, were brought back to take it all over again. Well, that would do it for the end of, for the large partly frustrating first 15 minutes. It came to life in the final 60 seconds when Singapore thought they'd taken the lead after a well-worked penalty corner was finished by Rivka Saneep, but they came back to take it again. I'm thinking for encroachment into the D, and they'll have to start from scratch. Quarter number 2 on the way in 2 minutes. You're watching live coverage of Singapore and Hong Kong, China from Sengkang's Hockey Centre. It's the Hockey Series Open 2018. Welcome back live to Sengkang then. That's the state of play as we start quarter number 2. Singapore thinking they'd made the breakthrough in the final 60 seconds of the first quarter, but they're well worked and ultimately wasted now because the Hong Kongers will surely be alive to it. Short quarter routine was struck off for, I think, an encroachment into the D. That's my only guess from what we saw in the footage here. Hong Kong, China have had a penalty corner themselves and haven't looked completely devoid of attacking ideas. It's two teams that are struggling, there's no question about that. But which one of them is going to come through and get the confidence-boosting win here? Singapore in the red, playing from right to left. Hong Kong, China in the blue, playing from left to right in this first half. Singapore short-handed as well at the moment, I'm led to believe. I think there was a green card shown early there. And if they couldn't convert the penalty corner in the last 60 seconds of the first period, maybe they could do it in the first 60 seconds of the second. They'll get another go now. It's a 4th penalty corner they've been awarded. 3 really, if you include the one that was a retake on the goal they scored. Trotting over to push it in is Hajadith Joanna. Will they go for the straightforward one here or play route one with an effort on goal from Chouajini? Can they get the stop right this time? They can. Chouajini pushes out wide again. It's a replay of the short corner routine that was disallowed. And they get it clear, Hong Kong, China. They weren't going to fall for that again. And it wasn't as well executed the second time as it was the first. And just look at this up the other end of the pitch. Hong Kong, China in business on the attack. The shot comes in, is deflected up and over. And it will be a 23-metre restart for Hong Kong, China. So many teams executing very well the counter-attack off a failed penalty corner attempt this week. Tiffany Chan's shot up and over. Can they force another penalty corner for themselves? No, they can't. 16-metre restart for Singapore off the back of that. Patricia Malakaya gets it back to Cheryl Chia. Now Tony Min. Good ball through the middle. And well worked from Harajith Joanna. Harajith Joanna on a driving run here. Fine support. with Rivka Saneep. Rivka Saneep, a diving effort. Keeper does enough. Hong Kong China's Hong Ka Man having a good game so far, as is that girl, the lively Rivka Saneep. Can Singapore pin Hong Kong China back here? Picked off easily the ball from Kwok Shun Hee by Tony Min. Singapore will now try and master their own version of a quick counter-attack. Played down the line, looking for the one of Laura Tan. Laura Tan can get there, does get there, will get there. Can she get the cross in? Yes, she can. Can we get a Singapore stick on the end of it? No, we can't. Sardana Ung was the closest get on attendance, but just couldn't connect. Pressured by Kwok Shun Hee. Nice pick up though from Chen Shi. She's looking for options, not many around her so far. Now she finds one in the shape of Evelyn Chong. Evelyn Chong out to the right hand side, and Lo Puji. Cheap possession given to Hong Kong by Singapore. They're on the drive into the D, and they just left it behind in the cool head of Tony Min. Helps Singapore survive another scare. Whistle now. What's that for? Something happened down a shot there. Singapore are going to advance. Is that a card as well? I saw there was a green card. That must have been something off the ball. Well, I can only imagine that Hong Kong China have had a girl sent. Yes, they have. Not sure what happened. Now it's Singapore. Is that Sardana Ung there that's having to take a seat? No, it's not. Apologies. You can see there it's Evelyn Chung of Hong Kong China who's on the penalty. So Hong Kong short-handed for the next couple. Quite see what transpired there. Laura Tan, she's got space to work with. Laura Tan driving. Straight to Patricia Managia. Nice distribution from Tony Min. Finds Sophia Saban. Sophia Saban, that was an interesting cross across the face of the goal that Emily Chan wasn't a million miles away with connecting from. Hong Kong now just sitting back, inviting Singapore forward. That invitation is gratefully accepted by Patricia Maligia. And they'll get the free hit here. A chance to drive on from Ivy Chan. Now Hong Kong can bring it away. Very scrappy this, isn't it? Incidentally, Malaysia, bearing in mind they've won their previous two games 18-0 and 10-0 against Indonesia and Hong Kong, China respectively. Interesting to check in with their score. As it stands, Kazakhstan with that game. Two unbeaten teams facing off. Well, Kazakhstan have got a goal against Malaysia at least. 3-1 Malaysia lead, so that's no walk in the park for Malaysia. They've finally been tested, but appear to be coming through that test. They're halfway through the third period there. Free hit for Singapore. Adajith Joanna was given away cheaply. Both teams really struggling to get any kind of cohesive possession together. Hong Kong especially. Here's Adajith Johanna. Back to Cheryl Chia and Patricia Managia driving forward. Halfway through this second quarter, still goalless here between Singapore and Hong Kong, China. Now, this is promising. Driving in from the sideline is Tragedy. Foul against the offensive player, Kirsten McNeil. He's already displayed a good range of passing abilities in this match so far. This time goes short. Attempts at a lifted pass from Kirsten McNeil. It doesn't go very far. Singapore can drive in once more through Trajini. She finds Laura Tan. Laura Chan has the option out wide in Cheryl Chia. Skills. That's a lovely piece of work from Tan Wan Ting. Tan Wan Ting. The tomahawk shot comes in, deflected over. The chance is gone, but lovely running and lovely work from Tan Wing Ting, the Singapore number 10. Tomahawk attempt from Adajith Johanna. Not on the mark, but Singapore can try and peg back Hong Kong, China now. Under 6 minutes to play in the half. Hong Kong, China attempted to go long. Picking it off was Sophia Saban. A bit nasty. Looks like Ho Poi has come out of that 50-50 challenge with nothing lost other than her pride, and of course the ball as Hong Kong China take that possession for the short corner. They will win. After that, ball through hit Laura Tan's foot, and that was great running from Tiffany Chan. So Hong Kong China now with their second penalty corner. Singapore have dominated possession, but they've not created enough clear-cut openings, and Hong Kong China could have one here. Kirsten McNeil will push in. Evelyn Chuang will stop. It looks to me like Tiffany Chan might hit. McNeil. Here's Chan. Good save. Not cleared yet. They've stood on the ball there. That'll be another penalty corner. It was a good initial save from Matt Petrichal. This time will go off here. The umpire's conferring. Both umpires here are using the others' insights to make some of these decisions, which causes a delay. I think they just wanted to check that penalty corner. I think it's possibly because the keeper stepped on the ball. Kirsten McNeil again, take two, where they go for the same routine. McNeil stopped. Tiffany Chan can't get the shot away. And now Singapore will get the free hit to alleviate the pressure. Another card coming, it's yellow. 5 minutes. A yellow card, the first yellow card of the game. It'll be a 5-minute short-handed run here. I'm assuming it's gone against the Hong Konger. Can Singapore now take advantage, playing against the short-handed Hong Kong for 5 minutes? Evelyn Chong, one of their most influential players as well. They're now without for the next 5. Distribution from Laura Tan now. Singapore on the charge with Rivka Sanit. Penned in there momentarily was Megan Francis. She'll get the free hit though, and Singapore move it quickly. Into the lead they go, trying to find the foot for the short corner. Kirsten McNeil's clearance hasn't gone very far. Only as far as Laura Tan. He finds the feet of 14-year-old Anna Aiello. Great to see the youngster winning her 3rd cap here today. Just 14 years of age to be taking part in international hockey at this level is simply superb. So Singapore thwarted by a disallowed penalty corner that did score, but was chalked off with seconds to go in the first quarter. Is there a twist at the end of the second quarter as well? Hong Kong short-handed for at least the next 3 minutes. Singapore coach David Viner continues to look on anxiously. That's a loose ball that will come out for Hong Kong here. It really would be a disaster for Singapore if they were to concede short-handed. Ball across, finds Laura Tan, moves it quickly to Jenny Luck. There's the 14-year-old, she's dispossessed and she's taken a tumble. Coming away with it was Laura Tan. And pinged for the foul there, Chan Wai Ting of Hong Kong, China. Oh, nice touch, space for the shot. He just dribbles wide. I don't think she's got a clean connection, Rivka Sanit, but at least she's not afraid to take a shot on goal. It was her finishing that penalty corner routine that was ultimately chalked off for an infringement, but she's getting closer. Toli Min. Another free hit as the seconds tick away at the end of the first half. Toli Min, she'll be aggressive, she'll get the deflection, and they'll get the free hit, Singapore. Can they force a short corner in the final minute of the second period, as they did in the final minute of the first? Not on that drive, they can't. Well won, good battling from Jolene Ng. Free hit coming Singapore's way, but have they got enough time? Has to take it all the way back. Jogging back is Sardonna Ng. Taking it quickly, Jolene Ng. Gets it to Sophia Sabin. Final seconds of a second quarter that, like the first, is destined to produce no goals. And with balls like that from Sophia Sabin, you can see another example of two teams who are terribly low on confidence here. Neither of them really seemingly having the kind of match winner that can drive through the middle of the park and make a difference. It's half-time here. Not much to report in the second period. Obviously, the main talking point for the first half was that disallowed penalty corner routine that was converted by Rivka Sanit, but then pulled back and made to be taken again. In the second period, the most noticeable incident was the yellow card for Evelyn Chung. she'll still have a couple of seconds to serve out when she returns at the start of the second half. As will we in just under 10 minutes at half-time here at Sengkang in the Hockey Series Open Women's Division. It's Singapore 0, Hong Kong, China 0.
very slow. They're very long.
Welcome back live to Sengkang in Singapore, where both Singapore and Hong Kong China are desperately searching in this women's division of the Hockey Series Open, their first wins of the competition. Goalless at half-time, Singapore controversially having a penalty corner score ruled out and pulled back and be retaken. It's been a game of few chances, couple of smart saves from either keeper in fairness, but 0-0 probably on balance, flattering Hong Kong a little bit more than Singapore. Incidentally, in the women's division, the battle of the unbeaten teams, the teams that are 100% so far, well, that's going to go to Malaysia. They're 6-1 in front now in the early stages of the fourth period there. That's over on pitch number 2. The full results from today in the men's section: Indonesia 0, Hong Kong China 3, Chinese Taipei 5, Myanmar 4. What a roller coaster game that was. Indonesia 0, Thailand 16 in the women's division. Chinese Taipei Myanmar was of course a men's game, and Thailand 1, Singapore 4 in the men's. That was the game prior to this. Oh, what an early opportunity for Singapore. Coming at pace, Megan Francis unable to control. Would have been the simplest of conversions if she could have got that down. Of course, Hong Kong China short-handed for the opening stages of this second half after a yellow card shown to Evelyn Chung. Good aggressive hockey from Rivka Saneep. And I think she's won the short corner there now, came off her own foot, didn't it? So she ruefully smiles and sends her head up to the clouds, and Hong Kong China will get a chance to bring it away. Jenny Leck wins the free hit. Switch play now through Toli Min. Toli Min driving force through the middle. Too much on that. Going around the angle they were looking for, and Megan Francis unable to gather. Aggressive hit from Young Yuet, but it went straight to a Singaporean stick. Now they could be in business driving in. It's Sardonna Eung. Sardonna Eung goes down. Was that a trip? Play on the call. Well, no, they do get the penalty corner eventually. It looked like a trip to me initially. Sardonna Eung terrifying the Hong Kong China defence, and it's penalty corner number 5 for Singapore if you include the retaken one. Trotting over to push it in is Hajarith Johanna. Some likely candidates lurking, including Rivka Saneep and Toli Min. Who's going to stop it? Toli Min to stop. Oh, that's just not good enough. Hong Kong China will get this away. On the drive, Hong Kong China, Chan Yi-man. Chan Yi-man, well tracked back. Really aggressive play from Sardonna Eung. She's had a great 60 seconds there. She has given it away though. Low Puji. And Hong Kong China will restart at the 23. risky. They're advised as well. They may have got away with the interception, but they've given possession straight back to Hong Kong China. Yen Hewitt on it like a flash. Yen Hewitt, her turn to make a risky pass. This time Hong Kong China flirting with giving away quality possession. Well intercepted by Rishka Saneep. Now on the charge down the left, it's Laura Tan. This is better from Singapore. Laura Tan picks out Emily Chan. She's dispossessed by Kwok Shing Ni. Well, difficult at this stage to try and figure out where a goal's going to come from in this. Other than the disallowed penalty corner goal for Singapore. And a couple of other half opportunities. It's never looked like a game that's going to produce a bucket load of goals. Singapore's second chance in this third quarter to try and launch something. Over it is Chua Jini. Goes out to the left-hand side. And that's Jenny Leck that's lost out there, so Kirsten McNeil will try and clear up field. Remains a very scrappy, low-quality encounter, this, and if there is a goal, you can't help but think one would just decide it. Do they get the short corner? Yes, they do. Puzzled looks on the faces of the Malaysians, but the transgression inside the D. Well, two umpires having to do a lot of explaining. Vinish Hayat from Pakistan and Dinesha Pereira of Sri Lanka. So, 8:51 left in the third quarter. Penalty corner number 6 for Singapore. Can they make it count on number 6? Stopping it this time will be Emily Chan after the last botched attempt. Out it comes, shot comes in, it's very well blocked indeed. I think that was Wong Wai Chi that got something on that. Singapore captain Ho Poi. Deflected of a Singaporean stick. I think that might be Hong Kong possession. It will be at the 23. In line with where the ball went out of play. So Tiffany Chan will try and get something going for Hong Kong China. Doesn't last very long. Laura Tan for Singapore. Oh, bamboozling. Poor old Evelyn Chong, who's back on after her yellow card for Hong Kong China. Kirsten McNeil, solid pass, finds Tiffany Chan. Tiffany Chan's ball through the middle is blocked out comfortably though by Singapore. Looks like good hustle initially from Chan Ching Nam, but Singapore get the free hit. They're trying to build it now with Chua Zini. On the turn, Laura Tan. No, Laura Tan, lovely work. Still Laura Tan, chips it up into the D. She should get the free hit out of this. She will. Played in at real pace, nearly took the ankle of Ho Pui off there. Kirsten McNeil plays it to Yuan Hui. And Singapore get it back. Good aggression in defence from Ho Pui. She's going to drive her side on. Who's going to provide the moment of magic, the bit of inspiration to give either of these sides their first win of the competition? That's gone out. They try down the right now with Sophia Savin. Diving to make the play. Brilliantly was Ivy Chan. They might still come away with it here. I think they hit the foot of Ho Pui. Better. Good work from Tan Wan Ting. Tan Wan Ting, they were looking to get it back to her there on the reverse, but she'd already taken up a more central position. It still comes to Ivy Chan. I think was trying to find a cheeky little foot there, but it's out for a 16-meter restart to Hong Kong, China. Kirsten McNeil trying to go long. Doesn't get to halfway. Singapore bring it back again. Chance for Sophia Sabin to attack. Gets it back to Laura Tan. Here is Laura Tan. I think she found a foot there. She did. The foot of Tiffany Chan of Hong Kong, China. Aggressively played and it took a touch. The umpire getting some verbals there from Tan Win Tang. Charging into trying to intercept there was Lo Pao Shi. Well, Singapore themselves now giving it away. She's done well to battle back. Jenny Lecter win back the possession that she lost and she'll get the free hit, but it's painful to watch at times, these two teams. There's nothing wrong with their desire, but the confidence just isn't there. And Tan Wan Ting, in fairness, has been looking bright when she's come on, the veteran for Singapore. None of the youngsters at the moment taking this game by the scruff of the neck. That's a badly judged free hit in from the side, and Emily Chan will try and capitalise on Singapore. She's dispossessed. It really is at times painful to watch this game. You can see David Vine is finding it painful as well. Singapore coach is wincing away there. Oh, that's a good run. Was there a trip on Tony Min there? They say no. Tony Min furious. Final 2 minutes then of this third quarter. We had the disallowed goal from the penalty corner in the first quarter to talk about. We had the yellow card to Evelyn Cheng in the second. Very little to talk about so far in the third. Singapore again have edged the possession battle. They've created very few clear-cut openings and just don't look like a team that's got any confidence at all. Jolene Ng plays it in, gets the deflection, loose ball, and a penalty corner to come. 1:21 to go in the third, and Singapore, penalty corner number 7. It's Tam Wing Tang rallying the troops here, the 30-year-old. Time will go off. Goalkeeper needs to adjust some paddy. So with the keeper ready to resume, Hong Kong man re-padded up. What can Singapore do here? Hadajitha Hannah with the in. Comes out, shot in, looking for the deflection of the stick. Tam Wan Ting was lurking there. They'll get another penalty corner out of it. Cheryl Chia with the put-in. Looking to me like Emily Chan will try and stop. And possibly Sophia Saban. It'll be Sophia Saban. Comes out, shot. We're looking too high anyway, I think. Well saved off the stick of Tony Min by Hong Kong man. Hong Kong man, the 33-year-old veteran, just 11 caps for her, including tonight. Final 60 seconds. Can Singapore create one opening before the end of the third? They will create a free hit to Hong Kong by virtue of lifting it into the D. Jolene Ng for Singapore. They're almost exclusively dominating possession and playing the game in Hong Kong China territory, but still, in reality, just still don't look closer to getting a goal. They're counting down the last 10 seconds of this third quarter. Might not even be time to launch an attack here. Tony Min's effort is blocked illegally though by Somi Kai. But she's sent all the way back, and that'll be that for a third quarter, I'm afraid, devoid of any real incident of note. Hong Kong China hanging tough and staying resolute defensively. Hong Kong man, hard to pass for Hong Kong China. The stadium announcer at the ground says the end of a very exciting third quarter. I'd like to know what game he was watching. 15 minutes to go, Singapore 0, Hong Kong 0. Welcome back live to Sengkang, where we're still no closer to finding a winner. The tale of the two teams hitherto without a win. are playing like two sides under a lot of pressure and not playing with much confidence. Singapore having the better of it. That controversial disallowed penalty corner goal in the first quarter aside, though, they've not looked like getting past Hong Man in the Hong Kong-China goal. 15 minutes then to try and find someone to come out on top and take maximum points in this International Hockey Series Open. Oh, strong start on this fourth by Hong Kong-China on the drive. But it comes off the feet, I think, of Tiffany Chan, and Singapore will get a chance to clear. Continue, Malaysia ended up beating Kazakhstan by 8-1 in the end, so Malaysia reigning supreme at this stage in the women's division. I think that might mean they're already guaranteed top spot. We'll have to do the maths on that. This is the last game then to be completed on this day 3 of competition. A tournament that runs all the way through to the placement games at the weekend. Men's division being led by Singapore, the women's division being led by Malaysia. These two teams searching for their first win. At the moment, we've got Indonesia, Singapore and Hong Kong-China without a win to their name. Oh, nice play, nice skills from Rivka Sani. Such a shame she couldn't make anything better after that initial bit of trickery. Got the ball over the stick of the Hong Kong defence. That's well won. Singapore have stolen this. Ivy Chan on the charge. Couldn't find the ball through to Tan Wan Ting, who has made a difference. Singapore have looked more lively with her on the field, Tan Wan Ting. Played whistle gives the free hit Singapore's way. Actually a 23 restart. Or is it? No, it's going to be a free hit. They can't make their mind up here. A free hit in the corner to be taken by Sardana Ung. Sardana Ung straight into the stick of the Hong Kong-China captain, Chan Ching Nam. Ball through, looking for Tony Min, and Hong Kong-China have come up with it. On the drive now for them down the right is Lo Po Shi. She'll get the free hit here. Lo Po Shi takes it quickly, trying to force the mistake. Obstruction, the call. Tony Min to Sophia Savin. Going long is Jolene Ung. Brave defending by Tony Kay. Illegal defending as it turned out. Singapore needed to move it quickly and it's broken down again. Well, both these sides just cannot keep possession at the moment. It really is painful to watch. Hong Kong-China and Tiffany Chan. Now, they've got some space to work with, but have they got enough numbers committed forward? Here's Evelyn Chung. Real firebrand. That was a clever ball through that. And that's almost gathered brilliantly by Chun Shi, and she will get the free hit. So back it goes to Evelyn Chung. Evelyn Chung trying to get it into the D. Could go anywhere, this. Big tackle pinged against Hong Kong-China, though, and Singapore will get another chance to clear. Picked up the foot of Chan Ching Nam. Another chance for Singapore to attack. Oh, into the D it goes, but past the despairing stick of Laura Tanner, just couldn't get a touch. And these two teams have now combined Played 2 hours, 50 minutes of hockey without a goal in Senkang this week. And you must say it's difficult to see where the goals are coming from. Umpire dishing out a telling off. Finish Hayat. Down the left comes Tiffany Chan. Can she get the cross away? Brave defending from Laura Tan, but Hong Kong will maintain possession here. 23 out. Sophia Saban. Singapore do well. That's a nice bit of skill from Hajarith Johanna. Hajarith Johanna still. But again, the story of the game, there's moments of nice hockey and good play, but they're too short and too infrequent. It's a foot race on, and she might just get there, Chan Yiman. She has. Chan Yiman doing very well indeed there. She'll get the 23-meter restart for Hong Kong, China. Oh, that was hard into the stick of Patricia Manigaya. He bravely put her body on the line. Singapore now. Oh. Chan frustrated. The fatigue is also setting into these girls. Their third game now in 4 days. It takes some getting fitness-wise, but there are too many passes going astray here. Singaporean foot, with the advantage being played. It's come off another Singaporean foot there, so once more they'll play advantage. Chan Wai Ting on the field of play now. Well, we've yet to see a game finish 0-0 across the men's or women's hockey series open here in Senkang. We're 7 minutes away from this being the first one. Singapore now really just clutching at straws of those long hopeful balls through the middle, trying to drive it in and get a lucky deflection to set something up. Well, doing brilliantly is Rivka Saneep. Rivka Saneep into the D, and she's found a foot there. That'll be a short corner. Penalty corner to Singapore. Well, nothing much has happened in the last 7 or 8 minutes, but now, with their 8th penalty corner, Singapore are now entering the stage of now or never to try and win this game. It's a game on balance of possession, and a half chance that have been created. They deserve to win, but have they got enough class in them to get the goal they need to secure those points? Hajarith Johanna over to push it in. Eyes turn for me to Jo Lee Nung, who's over it. To Lim in there as well. It's It's well worked. They found another foot there, have they? No, not yet. Tomahawk shot comes in from Jenny Lek. And Hong Kong China survive another penalty corner. They've conceded from one, but the goal was chalked off for an encroachment. I think it was an encroachment. And that's as close as we've come to a goal in these 55 minutes of hockey. Intelligent play from Chen Wai Ting. I believe that lady there in front of the dugouts is the technical officer, Imijo Michio, and she's been very busy. She was busy yesterday in that Myanmar-Singapore male game. She's been busy today again as well. Lots of complaining about the decisions from both sides here. Chan Wan Ching, she has looked lively since she was introduced in the early stages of the second period. Well, into the final 4 and a bit minutes now. This has got 0-0 written all over it. Hong Kong will be heartbroken now if they concede. Well, I don't know if Singapore could raise themselves to play tomorrow if somehow they conceded the goal that would lead to defeat. Rivka Sani, lovely play. Is that the moment of magic we need to create something magical? Unfortunately, I think it is a stray foot in there, or maybe a bit of obstruction. Umpire Denisha Pereira brings it back. That's it, a Hong Kong foot off the foot of Chan Wai Ting. Singapore take it quickly and find another foot. But I don't think they're going to be allowed to get away with that, no. But it's one of those games you think they could play for 10 hours, not one, and still not score between them. It's been that intensely fought, but sport has a funny way of throwing things up in the closing stages of matches, and hockey is no different. And Chan penalised coming forward for Hong Kong China though. Here's Rivka Sani. Clear Sabbath. Now in the drive, Tam Win Tang. Tam Win Tang, can she create something here? Probing defense coming from Nyan Juat. Advantage being played, Tam Win Tian. And now it's up to Ho Kai Ki to get it clear for Hong Kong China, who are now got just 2 minutes to hold out to secure a valuable point. Nice switch around from Ho Poi. She's got support as well, Rivka Sadiq. And she'll win a penalty corner with just 2 minutes to play here. So with the 9th penalty corner, Singapore get one more opportunity at least. 1:52 on the clock, you can see behind the goal there. This could well be their last gilt-edged opportunity to take all 3 points, and it'll be some celebration if they can convert this. Now, by and large, the penalty corner executions have been pretty abysmal, save the one that was chalked off for an encroachment. They need to get the pushing right here. Who's charged with delivering the ball? It will be Megan Francis to push. Saban is there as an option to stop. Chan is there. Emily Chan with an option to stop. Comes in. It's stopped by Chan. Shot comes in, deflected, could go anywhere. Still on a Singaporean stick. Looking for the tomahawk was Jenny Lek. But the chance goes a begging. And is that? Oh, Oh, that's gone straight up and into the body of Hong Kong China with a player down. I think the umpire says that took a deflection, so they'll go again here. Hong Kong China have created almost nothing in this second half. It's been all hands to the pump defence from the team ranked 43rd in the world. Are they about to hold the team ranked 8 places above them in the rankings? They've only got 60 seconds now to hold out. Kirsten McNeil's had a strong game at the back for Hong Kong, and her distribution's been good by and large, and another piece of her distribution has set off Chen Shi on the break. Chen Shi on the break. Is there one more chance for a penalty corner for Hong Kong? No, the advantage being played. Now the hit goes the other way. Advantage had expired, it comes off the foot, so Tiffany Chan, what could she do here? And they're going to try and win this Hong Kong China. Well, they might just play it safe and wind the clock down, but they're going to try and fashion an opportunity, are they? It's a free hit right on the edge of the D. Tiffany Chan, can she get the ball into the D? She can, and they've won the penalty corner with 20 seconds on the clock. My word. Well, who's going to pick up Singapore off the canvas if they concede from this? There'll be no way back. No time for an equaliser if Hong Kong China can convert just their 3rd penalty corner of the game. Kirsten McNeil is up for this. Where are the designations? Running on is Tiffany Chan to dish out the suggestions or the orders, depending on which way you interpret it. We know Kirsten McNeil has got a fierce shot on her. Tiffany Chan as well. It looks like it's going to be Chan or McNeil. Chan wearing number 3, McNeil wearing number 15. What's the delivery like? Delivery is good. It's going to be Chan to McNeil. McNeil trying to get it back to Chan. Too cute. They should have gone simple and tried to route one score, and that's going to be the last opportunity of the game, surely. The seconds ticking down here at Sengkang. The last game of the day is going to be the first 0-0 draw we've seen this week. And after seeing Hong Kong China beat Indonesia 3-0 in the men's, Chinese Taipei beat Myanmar 5-4 in the men's, Indonesia lose 16-0 to Thailand in the women's, Thailand men lose 4-1 to Singapore in the men's, and then Malaysia maintaining their 100% record at the expense of Kazakhstan, who lose theirs. 8-1 win for Malaysia on pitch 2. The final game of the day between Singapore and Hong Kong at least ends the losing run of both teams, but a point not really good enough in the bigger picture for either of them. It's finished here at Sengkang. Singapore 0, Hong Kong China 0. We look forward to you joining us tomorrow for more action from the Hockey Series Open. We start at 3:30 local time in Singapore for Chinese Taipei against Indonesia on pitch 2 in the men's. Then action moves to pitch 1 in the men's for Myanmar against Thailand. At 5:30 we're back on pitch 2 for the women and Thailand against Malaysia in a Southeast Asian derby. Then at 6 on pitch 1 the men's competition sees Hong Kong China take on Singapore. Singapore top of the shop in the men's division at the moment. Then on pitch 2 in the women's it's Hong Kong China against Kazakhstan. Hong Kong China backing up from this goalless draw. Face a tough test against Kazakhstan, who look to bounce back from their defeat today against Malaysia. And we wrap things up with another game on pitch 1 in the women's. Singapore will surely get the win they've been looking for against Indonesia, who've been battered senseless so far in the women's division. That does it from the coverage here tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow in Sengkang for more Hockey Series Open action, but for now it's good night.